I felt the need to like add to that last video I just did, right? So all the knowledge is inside of you, yo. Like you keep concentrating. You going every time you go to another life, you gonna concentrate the value of what you are, right? That's what's been going on. So this is why you got a lot of people feeling some type of way today. Everybody got something to say and all that type of energy, right? Like everybody they run into this book or they run into that. But the books and the classes and the history and all that, that's to keep you in a headlock. That's not to free you. That's to be it's to be like so you can take that energy, your energy, and spend it on that past energy. The past wasn't complete. That's why they were studying it. So when you concentrate yourself and come back as whatever being you are in this existence, you are more intelligent than what you came from. You just don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So this is why they had to put oppression as a value to crush the minds or the will of the people. That's what that's for. Because they know you come back stronger every single time. But if you are not aware of your strength, right? If you're not aware of how powerful that you are, or the fact that you're a concentrated version from the being that you left here as, then they can use that power for something else, like creating whatever reality that they want to create. So this is why people always talking about access this book, do this, do that, buy this from me, da, 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 instead of just regular support. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers just support you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can, keep bringing that value. I don't even get support. People rather steal my information and try to build off what I'm talking about. Nah, stop taking my information, and the information is in the description. Go follow that link, drop something in the Cash App, or share my stuff, or tell people to come follow, or you follow. Stop just coming over here and listening to what I'm saying and taking something. Support the energy. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the reason why you got to understand what I'm saying is accurate is because divine created light seeds. It's never going to be an offshoot of a value from divine. I say this back in the day all the time. Divine don't make mistakes, people do. And the fallen has come and had an understanding of trying to make you not see what you truly are. They've been very good at that. You know what I'm saying? They've been very good at that. So at their manipulation tactics, they have gotten you out of yourself, even to the point to where you do not recognize the capabilities in yourself or even understanding the energy that you carry. You either just hateful, stupid, or a good follower. One or the other. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, you ain't tapping in another divine. You know what I'm saying? So the Almighty gave you everything you need. This right here is that's why the Almighty says the way I sent it out is how it's going to come back. You're going to get so concentrated, right? You're going to get so concentrated in pure divine energy, you're going to literally be a light being, which at that point, you can put everything that was lost back on yourself. And this is what's kind of happening. It just ain't take full totality yet. And they're hoping that if it happens to you in the right frequency or the right attribute of dimension, that you won't want it. You'll look at it and be afraid. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you'll run away from it, and whatever mentality they got you in, you'll fall victim to that mentality conscious wise and go against everything that's giving that energy to you. But that's not going to happen, because every time you die, you get a chance to see all the mistakes that was around you, the choices that you made, the failures, the directions you should have made. You get to see your face in every single choice you made. You get to see all the shortcomings. You get to see, like, when you failed, when you were supposed to take a right and you took a left. When you were supposed to go up, but you went down. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see all of that. And this is what happens with all our family members when they pass on. And this is why you're able to come back concentrated, because you get to see all the mistakes that you made. So now you come back in this body, or not in this body, in this world as a being way more concentrated than what you was. Concentrated means way more focused. So it's never going to be about the learning experience or picking up. That learn states the value that you came untaught. Watch, let me cook. To learn means you come untaught. most divine beings come with an innate ability to have knowledge or capabilities. Everybody don't got that. It's going. I know it's a gut punch. I know it feel weird. Like, this is what I mean by it's weird for people to copy individuals. They're copying because they don't have it. That's why you don't have it, so you got to copy. It's a fact. So once you understand this, then you can focus on your inner knowing. There's a lot of things that some people can do, and I used to try to show people how repetition played a role, because sometimes repetition, like, if you trying to crank a lawnmower and you constantly pulling that string, constantly pulling it. Well, if you pull it long enough, eventually it's going to crank, right? You might have to prime it a little bit, but it's going to crank. Repetition plays that as a role. So some things that you used to be able to do, or some things that were a actual gift to you, or things you were able to do in your past life, may have to be jumpstarted by repetition. So that means sometimes as a kid, you went through repetitious values that would ignite something. So if something probably didn't let that ignite inside you, so it was like probably pressure, or you had a drunk father, or, a hoish mother or whatever, or somebody who didn't focus on giving their children the best values or whatever. So that child didn't get a chance to take that repetition and ignite what was inside of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like spark plugs. And sometimes you got to kickstart them to get them to go. You know what I'm saying? Some of us, we come in the world just naturally with shit. When I came into the world, I can do art. I can fix stuff at 4. I can cook. You know what I'm saying? It was just natural. Like, I didn't have to try. I didn't have to say, whoa, I wonder how this works. No, I can look at you do it, and I can do it exactly how you did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, my attention skills, my being able to pay attention and see things, the whole picture, has always been my ability since I was little. I can't say this for everybody else. You got to find out what's your ability. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't have abilities. That's why they sit up under their mom all the time, or their parents got to take them and carry them through their whole life, and whatever that value to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that for them. You know what I'm saying? You don't have people who have an innate ability to be whatever it is you can control yourself in the world, can fight for yourself, fend for yourself, touch into the arts, or, comprehend things that other people can't comprehend. I know it's a lot of things that I can do, but it's a lot of things I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some things I don't know. I had no problem asking people, be like, yo, what's that? How you able to do that? Da, 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 da. And they're natural with that. That's because they can tap into something other than the fact that they learned what they learn now fast, but they're being held by the controlling aspect of that being a thing in this reality. Me, I don't like to be held. So I'm going to do what I'm going to do regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to take my skills and I'm going to do it my way. When I was in school, the teacher would say, 4 plus 4 is 8. I'll be like, well, 5 plus 3 is 8 too. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's not what I'm saying. I don't care. It's the same thing. And they would laugh. And I'll be like, go the same direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, or 5 plus 3 is 8. Well, 3 plus 5 is 8. I want you to say 5. All right, I get you, but you could do it that way too. Like, I was that person. I was always seeing it another way, and I'm going to speak it, and I don't care. And they would get mad because I wouldn't listen. Because I said, well, you can make me look at it that way, but I see it this way. You know what I mean? So for me, it wasn't about learning. It was about me showing somebody that I was great without you teaching me nothing. I need you to teach me. I'm great. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was the problem as a kid. So I would get reprimanded because I was already intelligent. It was one teacher, as I was coming up through school, he recognized, it was like my science teacher or whatever. He was like, yo, it's something dope about you. He was like, I want to write a newspaper article on you. He wrote a newspaper article on me in school. And he was like, yo, this kid is dope. He's different. You know what I'm saying? And everybody hated it. Oh, why he writing about you? Ain't nothing. Like, everybody tried to downplay it. You know what I'm saying? And these be people who don't really got much going on for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as having that extra oomph in their life to be able to do stuff. Nah, if you leave me at my own functions, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to come away with something all the time. You throw me in the woods with the wolves, I'm walking away with a wolf coat and a wolf buddy. It's just the facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it ain't never been the value to say, well, let me go get into this. And then, not for nothing, I tried to do those parts. I tried to say, well, let me learn about this, learn about that. I used to get bored. I used to get bored real fast. Like, so that would tell me I've already learned it. So I'd be like, yo, I'm not learning this all over again. Like, and I was like, yo, it's stupid. Like, I would listen to the Egyptian this and the Egyptian that and this, that, and this. And for some reason, I would go past it really fast and start discovering stuff that predated stuff. And I'd be like, yo, how did I find this? Or why am I finding this? Or why is it even in front of me? One thing I learned about certain knowledges that come, they only appear themselves to you when you have already you have already outdated the resource that you're currently in. So you're ready for that. You just don't know you're ready for it. So if it's in front of you, that means it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So I would get an opportunity to learn other things. And I'm like, yo, why am I learning this? So when I'm seeing people hold on to different values and they're talking about this is great and we're this and we're that, I'm like, yo, that's old. We're new now. We're something more concentrated. That's why I will never really get into the battles about culture and where people come from and all that. Because I know if we were a part of different cultures at one point, or we were the founding and this, that, we are way more concentrated now. We just don't know that we are. And that's the thing that's actually holding us back. We got so much more concentrated power. They use propaganda to turn that power in on itself. So now this concentrated energy that we are, they said, yo, sit back and let them kill themselves. That was the Willie Lynch plan. That was the most intelligent plan they ever came up with. To sit back and watch you use your divine power at a certain time, 100, 200, 300 years from that point, and watch it destroy you because you don't know who you are. That's what it means by saying you don't know who you are. Because you don't know how to tap into yourself. You need a book. You need somebody to tell you. No, you know it. You just won't do the right thing. And the world made it cool not to do the right thing. So when you fail, you're not mad at nobody else. You mad because you made the wrong choice. Period. That's how it always is. You don't notice when you get in trouble, you be like, damn, if I did this, I wouldn't have been in this situation. Every situation works like that. Everything in life works like that. And the compilance of you making the right choice based off your first thought is your higher self telling you the understanding of a circumstance that you have no physical recollection of at the current moment. That's why you make bad choices. Shoot yourself in the head and start listening when you're supposed to do the right thing. Stop thinking everything's so funny. Stop being a damn child. Stop playing so much in your life and follow the first thought and actually be the divine being that the Most High sent you here to be. Stop listening to what everybody tell you. Stop having your ear open to follow. They love a follower. I ain't cut from that cloth. My grandma and my nana, my family were leaders from the start. Yo, I don't come from that. I don't like following people. It aggravates the hell out of me. I got to sit down and wait for your slow ass. I don't want to do that. I didn't like it when I was in school. I don't like doing stuff like that. I don't like being like, okay, I'll listen to you. I don't like that. It aggravates me because I already be knowing. So I'll make you feel good to tell you that it's some type of comparison. I'll slow it down and dumb it down just to make you feel good. Like if I got to, if it's so much to where you're just emotional to the value and you, I'll tell you, yeah, we're similar. I'll share that with you. I'll give you that just to shut you the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you got to do things to make people feel good about themselves because they just so lucid. They don't have it here to comprehend or do the right thing. So sometimes instead of letting that get out of control, you got to give them what they want. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't change the value of what things are. Always remember that. And if you're not going to tap into who you are, or if you can't tap into who you are, you need to find out what created you. And that's a hard thing to do. Not for nothing. It ain't too hard because you can see it based off how you treat people. You know what I'm saying? You can see if you're in a situation and you always, I used to have a so-called friend, right? That I thought was my friend. And every time he went around everybody, he tried to speak extra intelligent and extra nice. And I remember an old dude told me, watch out for people who extra nice. They don't mean you too good. They're trying to manipulate you. That's what niceness is. The world is savage. It's animalistic world. So why would you be nice to everybody? Being nice is not a thing. Being nice is you trying to set a certain motion on how you're perceived. When in fact, you're probably not even that behind closed walls. And he wasn't. He wasn't like that normally. I've seen him curse out people that's supposed to be closer to him. I seen him treat the innocent like, and I'm like, yo, you're a whole grown man talking to your baby like that? I would never talk to my baby like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a baby? If I got a woman I love, I would never talk to her like that. And then that level of energy was used as a value to hold up the level of disrespect. I can't live like that. It should make you feel some type of way. Like if you truly care about somebody, you would never want to disrespect them because your feelings are involved or connected to that person. So how could you disrespect something that you love? That's not love. I don't do that. That's not something I carry inside of me. I'm not going to disrespect something I love. It'll hurt my feelings because I care for you. I will literally get, like, if we really connected and you're going through something, I'm going to cry with you. Like, for real. That's called being genuine. How can I tell you I love you and don't feel nothing you're going through? Just have some blatant excuse to throw things away because how I personally feel. That means you don't give a shit and you're trying to get something out of it. You're trying to manipulate things to serve you. That's not real love, yo. It's not real love. And there's no reciprocity in that. You start learning reciprocity, how people continuously be in that type of energy. But some people will speak reciprocity, right? And they don't be, I want to say it in a shorter term, reciprocis, right? Like I want to say reciprocis. I want to say that, but in a term of saying it like it's in continuance. You'll speak about that's what you want, but then you will take more than you're like that. And then you start noticing these values in people and you're saying, I would say to myself, this shit ain't real. They're liars. You can't even hold up to what you want to be represented for. And most females are like that. They'll say they want something that they're not willing to do. So then you can see this in other men who are more conditioned by their mother instead of having a standpoint of being a man. They will act like the woman, won't take accountability, don't even want to face it, highly emotional, stuff like that. Only thing that makes me over emotional is the disrespect to the divine. That'll make me cry. That's why I was emotional in my video the other day. I don't like hearing or seeing those things because that is the start energy. And that energy knew from the start that we were strong enough to go through so much, no matter what we knew about it. We were going to go through it. Even if you don't think that you're going to make it, divine know the energy knows what it created and where it's going to go and how far it's going to go. So I can't say that about everything else because we're not the same. I can't put myself in the same category of different things, but I know innately inside of me, I'm not trying to or think about hurting nothing that's in the same category as a divine seed. Yes, sometimes I'll get this energy inside of me that'll want to get big because it'll crush some shit that ain't supposed to be here. Facts. If it ain't supposed to be here, I'll be ready to squeeze it and pop his head off. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a reality. That's all I'm saying, yo. It's classes of situations that exist. And that's why they use division. Don't you think the fallen knew that they wasn't a part of the seed, so they had to create other things to make that indifference feel like that for you? So they made you feel indifferent in all types of ways. I seen this lady put a post out the other day and she was like, yo, we the only culture that's hated by everybody and used by everybody at the same time. Think about that for a minute. Everybody not original beings, yo. As much as everybody want to claim they're not original beings. And then in some of these cultures, they got original beings in their culture. Some of them do. But they have been oppressed already. So, only thing I'm saying is, if you want the true knowledge of what's supposed to be God in your life, and the path you're supposed to be on, go within. Look at your repetitions. Think about the things that you just know without anybody telling you. And don't question it. Stop telling all that stuff and use it. Grow it. It should be grown. That knowledge should be grown in a way to where it expands to the next level of thought pattern just for you. There's things I used to think before when I was younger, and now those same thoughts have grown into a whole nother understanding. They've evolved by themselves. You just got to be willing to have the attention span to pay attention to it. Some people have, I have the ability to see the bigger picture of things. You may have the ability to see, all right, like it was this girl I used to go with, right? From Philly. She had her own flaws, but she had a way of making you feel like whatever you going through, that shit ain't nothing. You stronger than that. And I used to say, yeah, just like my grandfather. And she'd be like, stop saying that. I'd be like, why you snapping at me like that? She's like, cause you not them. You are you. And it was the energy that she projected with that. And it would make me feel so good. Even though her timing was impeccable, like throwing darts. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I had lost my brother at the time. My brother got shot in the back of the head. His face was blown off. And it literally messed me up mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what nobody else in the world think about, because my father didn't believe I was hurt behind that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this dude's an idiot. Like, so we didn't really, whatever. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but it messed me up. Like I couldn't rap no more. Like the things I was doing, it's like a piece of me left. Because I really love my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, so after he got murdered, that was heavy for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like living in my aunt's basement or whatever. So I get around this broad or whatever. And I was telling her the story and I would get emotional or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And she knew how to stick her hand inside me and grab my soul and thumbtack it back to my forehead. Like my soul was falling down inside of me. Like it's in me, but it was like down around my feet. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on snap mode in my head. I'm like, anything can get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready to throw myself off a cliff. Like you could see it in my eyes. You could see it in my energy. I was hurt. I was hurt in a way I didn't know I can be hurt. So she was able to stick her hands metaphysically inside of me and grab my soul and thumbtack it to my forehead. I don't even know. This is just how I seen it. Like she was able to bring me back to life. So I fell in love with her. You know what I'm saying? I fell in love with her in a way that I loved her like that especially. I never loved nobody like I loved her. You know what I'm saying? And she was special to me. She had a lot of flaws about herself. She had a lot of flaws, but because she was able to do that, I couldn't see her flaws. Like this how unconditional love came into a value, because she was able to fix something inside of me without me even knowing she was going to I didn't know she was going to do it. Sex was great. Everything was great. Like it was dope. We ain't had much going on. You know what I'm saying? She did drugs. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I really liked her though. And when she got dressed, she was something sexy to look at. You know what I'm saying? She was fine. Like fine. You know what I'm saying? When she got dressed, she was fine. So I was attracted to her, you know what I'm saying? So to see that she had metaphysical energy that she didn't know she had, I knew. And then like, it was certain qualities about her that just stood out. It made me focus on little things. Like our feet were similar in a sense. Like our skin tone was close to the same. Like our smiles was the same. We used to make jokes like, yeah, we might be cousins and we go together. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to make jokes like that, but it wasn't that. It's just, we had so many similarities, and that let me know that our frequency was on the same wavelength. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know about that back then. I had to think about that and reassess it now. This is mad years later. That's a long time ago. That was a long, long time ago. But it made me really see the role she played in my life. As I got like to this point now, like I look back on that time and I was like, yo, she actually was a superhero. She don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Through all her, if I was to ever write a comic, she would be like Mysterio, but in a female body. You know what I'm saying? She was able to have, and then we had deep conversations sometimes that I remember she told me this story about aliens or whatever. It was weird, but yeah, it was real though. It was real, and I was able to see that vision of what she was talking about, and accessible. Like she was just dope. She was just dope in my eyes. Like I didn't see her flaws. I saw the fact that her divine power was on the surface. And that's what really drawed me to her. Like I could see her divine. So whenever she was sassy or whenever she was rude and stuff like that, I wouldn't care because I knew her divine power was dope. You know what I'm saying? And that just made me want to love her even more. But I had to be cautious because that type of love can crush you. You love somebody that way because the only thing they got to do is take some of that away and it'll crush your existence. And that's what she did. She crushed me because she removed that value from me. She started saying that I was willing to give her love and I was getting better in a certain sense. So she, leaned more on her flaws, and her flaws started taking her in a different direction. And it crushed me. It broke my heart. I was like, man, yo, you know what I'm saying? And she and her power was so strong, like it didn't matter where I was. If she had called me and said something, she was able to speak life into me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if she just planted a little seed inside of me, I would multiply that seed by 1,000. It was just gangster like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she, even being next to her, it made my visions increase. Like me being able to see things, it made that increase by 1,000. Like I would see things in fruition coming that wasn't coming for like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And she'd be like, man, that ain't gonna happen. I'd be like, yo, I'm telling you, yo. And then it actually happened. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So she was dope. But I knew she was just human. You know what I'm saying? She was just human and she had flaws. And her flaws overtook the value of her divine energy. You know what I'm saying? So that was an experience. But I also know I had these experiences going through life. I met different people that had certain levels of divine energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I could tell plenty of stories when I met different cultures of people that had divine energy in them. So one thing got nothing to do with the next. That's what I'm saying. Like it just depends on if you could tap into if you was created by the fallen or created by the divine. It's not for me to do that for you. I'm not going to go around igniting everybody like, yo, let me find out, feel your aura and see if you was created by the divine or if you was created by the fallen. I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Even though I could, I'm not doing it. It's not my job. You got to know yourself. And if you know yourself well enough, divine will see fit for you to come within the facility of me, and that'll turn on some things. You know what I'm saying? I used to make baby shit. Babies come around me and start farting and then start laughing because I done knocked all the negative energy out of them just by standing next to them. You know what I'm saying? But I got to get back on mine so I can turn my energy back up. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that has to happen in life. But I'm here to give you the clear understanding to stop following. Stop following the dead. That energy that existed in different times is gone. Stop looking for something that's left by old energy. You know what I'm saying? We're addicted to the death. We're addicted to dead. Everything that we do, clothes, eating, books, history, everything is dead. You don't want nothing alive. You don't want to go inside and decipher the real knowledge that's going to give you a pathway of today. See, the crowd walks the wide road in one direction. You have to find that narrow road that no one can walk but you. And that road is in you. So once you realize what that is, you know what I'm saying, you can literally make yourself available for the Almighty. You know what I'm saying? You're always supposed to have a respect and unconditional love for the Almighty anyway. So if you're not doing that and you want a whole nother path, you lost. And this is where most of the knowledge says it's going to be a lot of our people that are going to suffer in the last days because they've already chosen the system. You see what I'm saying? So they're going to die with that energy. And that's the sad part, from lack of knowledge. Even though you're concentrated right now, you don't have the knowledge to drive your concentrated vehicle. I ain't going to hold you. Just trying to show you something. NAGA the Wise.